Hey guys. Okay, there we go. Hey guys. Happy birthday, Aries. This is going to be the Aries birthday video on BOMISpirit. I'm Rodin. Hello. I used to do birthday readings for every sign. I used to do them like pre-recorded and I would do like 3 spreads each like for each video. And I haven't been doing that since I've had all these crazy changes in my life. And I kind of wanted to get back to them. And I thought doing them live would be kind of fun. Hi, Susan. Hello. Also, keep in mind, I am not, for those of you who are coming into the chat, I'm not going to be taking personal questions. I'm just going to be doing spreads for Aries birthday as an Aries collective. Okay. Hello. So happy to see you live again. Yeah. April 9th is my birthday. Happy early birthday. Here we go. Oh my God. Hi. Hello. Hi. What was the other thing I wanted to mention? Also, you can see I have a new setup. So if the sound is too much, I actually feel like I'm really loud even for my ears. Temperance Coltero, hi. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Yeah, if I'm too loud, like I can turn the gain down. So just let me know. I'm still experimenting. Basically, my tripod broke and also people were telling me that it sounds like a wind tunnel in my office. There's a lot of background noise. I live in a very noisy place, so I'm just experimenting right now. I just recorded the earth sign reading actually, like with this new setup to kind of get a feel for it, and I think I like it. Tomorrow's my birthday. It's my grandma's birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, Canada. We got Canada up in here. I really want to go to Canada someday. I've been so close. I've been at the border like twice. Sounds perfect. Good. Hi, Rodin. You looking awesome. Good morning from India. Hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. My birthday was 331, New Moon Day. I also had Venus return that day. Wow. So you're going through a lot of stuff. Kennedy. Hi. I'm going to wait probably like one more minute maybe before I get started. I don't know how many spreads I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. Mexico's on my list. I got to go to Mexico soon. There's actually a lot of stuff going on with me for April, travel slash event wise, which excuse me, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm going to be in Sedona. Um, Towards the end of April, which was kind of an impromptu trip, but there is a conference out there that I really want to go check out. Um, let's see, my B day is Monday. Happy early birthday. Hello. It's beautiful. We have over 96 beaches, delicious food. Yeah, of course. I haven't been to Mexico since I was a kid. It's been literally decades. Literally decades since I've been to Mexico. Will this stay on after the live to watch? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it will. Um, I love all your readings. There's no monthly zodiac sign on Patreon. Not on the new Patreon. So I recreated my Patreon page. And I was doing so with the mindset of just having a more sustainable work life balance. So I basically cut back a lot. I cut back significantly so that I could just kind of take care of some personal stuff, take care of myself, and learn to take care of myself differently. I've had to really establish a lot of new patterns for myself. So I right now I feel like I'm at the point where I can start like adding more work on, but I need to do it from a different place. So basically, long story short, I don't offer that on Patreon anymore. There might be a day where I do. I don't know. But right now, as for if any of you have questions about what my content is, so here on YouTube, I do post elemental readings about twice a week. That's about like how often I'm doing that right now. I post weekly messages, and on Patreon, I post the weekly messages early so that people can watch them like usually Friday, no later than Saturday. I'm trying to see if I can do them starting Wednesday for the week before, but that might be a little much. So yeah, you can have early access to the weekly messages. You have access to full moon live hangouts where I do spreads and for the new moons as well. And I also just do live impromptu hangouts where we talk about like more personal things, where it's more like a support community where we just kind of support each other in the tough stuff that we're dealing with collectively, that we deal with when we're people who are a little bit more open-minded and spiritual and things like that. Yeah, and then on Vimeo, I have the full moon and new moon videos for rent or purchase if people don't want to be patrons, but you still want to have access to that stuff. But yeah, so that's what's kind of going on right now with all the content that I offer. But again, content is always subject to change because that's just how my life is. Uh, let's see. Hey girl, so good to see you live. Just love, love, love you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the love. Oh, thank you. Thank you for loving my nails. Cancer rising here. I can totally relate to finding more balance in my life. Yeah, that's big for water signs right now. Double water sign. That's really big for water signs right now. So we're about 5 minutes in. So I want to go ahead and get started on the first spread. So keep in mind, these are general. And so they're not going to be for everybody. And they are also timeless, even though I'm doing this for like your birthdays and all of that for your solar returns. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All right. And just to reiterate, I'm not taking any personal questions right now. Okay. If people start coming in the chat and start asking, I would really appreciate anybody to like post that in the chat, excuse me, as I'm doing the reading. Okay. Oh, from Maui. Aloha. Hi. Yeah. So let's do it. Okay, Aries. Where are we going first? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aries, Moon, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I usually go for the animal deck first, my Wild Unknown Spirit animal deck. That fire, man, that Aries fire. I'm actually feeling it in my solar right now. As I'm tapping into it, I'm really feeling it in my solar. I do feel a lot of relationship activity, but I think that's just because you're out and about. I feel like you're doing a lot of stuff, Aries. Um, so you're interacting with people a lot. It just feels kind of extreme. I want to say, like, if it's like romantic situations, there's a lot of energy there. And it's very like passionate and like lusty. If it's work, like you're really in it. I do want to say almost aggressive, but not even in a bad way. Just very much like you want what you want and you want to stay on top of things. Oh, Jai! Hi! I've been wanting to text you. I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna be in Sedona soon. Um, let's see. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you too. So much to catch up on. It's good to see you. Yeah. Oh my God, no way. Yeah. I literally just booked everything yesterday, like literally yesterday. And I have ceremony in a couple days, so things are a little crazy over here. But yeah, I'm gonna message you and we can talk about it. Um, everybody say hi to Jai. Everybody show Jai some love. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. Coming back to Aries. Okay. Any messages or insights for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? I'm hearing growth. I feel like you want to build a lot, Aries. I feel like you want to build a lot. I feel like you want to grow a lot. I feel like you're putting in the legwork. You're putting in the energy. There's this feeling of rush though. So be mindful of like not to rush too much or to like not burn yourself out. There's nothing wrong with being excited. Be excited, right? Like be excited and get all your ducks in a row. Just try not to burn yourself out too much, okay? Any messages or insights for Aries? Okay. Yeah, wow. Okay, so we have. Sorry, I'm still getting used to working with a microphone in this capacity. So if I hit it a lot, I apologize. That kept happening in the Earth Sun video that I was doing. All right, so we have dragon, bear, and zebra. Zebra is so Aries to me. Zebra is like Aries with a little bit of Gemini, Aqua. Like zebra is you're being yourself, you're putting yourself out there, you're doing really cool, creative stuff, you're having fun, and people are taking notice, and possibly even doing things that are really different. But with bear and dragon, bear is a very strong, resilient energy. But when bear comes out, it's usually a sign that you have, like, it's a shift in your energy. It's a sign that you've been kind of held back, or you've been kind of quiet, and you're like moving into more of an active mode because you're putting yourself out there so much more. Dragon, that's the solar. And I was like, I even said it to you guys, like my solar is like getting hot. It's like I can really, really feel it here. You have your sights set on what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're just getting out there and you're doing it and you're going to have a great time with it. Like I said, just be mindful of getting too burnt out. Okay. And also be mindful that you might get a lot of pushback from people right now. And that's okay too. It's just the way the energies are, where if we're being very strong in our energy or even forceful, like people are not ready to welcome that right now just because of the way the energies are. So if that happens to you, that's okay. You don't gotta make war with anybody. You can just accept, like, all right, they're just not ready for me. You can just think of it that way. They're just not ready for me. And just keep doing your thing. Any other messages or insights for Aries? Yeah, interesting. Ooh. So now we have oyster. Oyster can be a bit of a guarded energy. Sometimes I also look at it as a protected energy. I do feel a little bit of this, like, there's guarded energy there, but it feels defensive. And that's really what I was getting for you when it's like I was feeling such a strong energy that there might be pushback, there might be friction. And I feel like it's going to make you a little defensive. It could even make you kind of guarded. So just be mindful of that, that it doesn't have to go there. And if your ego is getting triggered, to just stay aware that that's what's happening and just do what you got to do to deal with yourself, right? Just take accountability for that and just recognize where you're at, because like you have control over yourself, not other people. But you might experience some very triggered energy as you're moving into this very like strong, fiery sense of self, and you're really out there and you're really being a go-getter and you're really expressing who you are. Overall, we do have rabbit with tarantula. So this tells me that there has been some hesitancy, and this feels more like past energy where you've been kind of stuck. And like I said, when the bear comes out, there has been a little bit of this like reservation or stagnancy or being in recovery or being kind of quiet, and now you're shifting into being external. You're shifting into being out there. You're shifting into being active. So when you weren't so active, it seems like you were kind of in doubt. You weren't really sure, you were kind of uncertain, maybe even stuck in some fear with rabbit and tarantula. I mean, even look at like the backgrounds of these cards, like the like red harsh lines. It's like there's something about it that feels jarring and kind of upsetting, almost like your nervous system may even been a little frazzled. But this feels like recent past to me. And if you're still working through it, you're still working through it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah. I want to get an advice card for this spread before I move on to another. I'm going to use the Shamanic Healing Oracle for this one. Let's see. Hi guys. Hi to everybody who came into the chat after the fact. Hi. Happy birthday. April Fools, guys. Oh wait. Oh. Okay. Any advice for this spread? Any advice for Aries regarding this spread? Some of you might be, they want me to stop. Some of you might be on the receiving end of this, where, especially if this is taking place among like friends or coworkers, family, or even a romantic relationship, where someone's ready to break out. Someone's ready to be really independent. Somebody's really ready to take the lead in their own life and be really strong about it and be very true to who they are. And it could be making you nervous. So keep that in mind. But it could be on the flip side, and that could be creating some conflict. But it's a really nice energy to move into. We have emotional there we go. We have emotional release and movement into balance. That emotional release, I feel like, is happening with that bear energy. Whatever fear you've been having in recent past that's kind of kept you stuck, kept you doubtful, kind of kept you in like a crossroads energy. Again, look at, I can just feel the intensity of like those lines. I don't like it. It makes my nervous system kind of upset. You have the option to release that. You have the opportunity to release that so that you can start to move forward into being more out there, being a go-getter, being your true blue Aries self, right? With that movement into balance card, okay? What deck is that? Oh, Shamanic Healing Oracle. It's all the decks that I use are listed below. So if you're curious about it, there should be a link there already. Yeah. I'm gonna read one of these to you. I'm going to read the emotional release card to you guys, and then we're going to move on to another spread. Okay. Yay, a live reading. I know I haven't done one in forever. Actually, have I ever done one on YouTube? I must have. Haven't I? I feel like I have. I don't know. It's been so long now. Okay. We all want to be strong. As humans, we value strength and independence. But also, as humans, we need the support of our family, our friends, our tribe, trying so hard to be strong, pushing down emotions such as fear, anger, betrayal, sadness, only forces them to grow and become stronger. The bubbling up and release that eventually comes takes everyone involved by surprise, and sometimes does harm in terms of hurting feelings and words that cannot be taken back. Get into the practice of voicing your feelings, even if it's just acknowledging them to yourself. Journal, create, dance, find a way that you can safely feel your most feared emotions. Feel them and let them go. This is a potentially deep healing for you. So, again, it's getting rid of that fear. It's getting rid of that fear. Um, Lumbo Joe, thank you for the $10. Thanks for always being on point. Oh, thank you. Thank you, and you are welcome. All right, so let's move on to another spread. I'm going to leave this one here. Sometimes when I remembered when I did these birthday readings, when I used to do them, sometimes they would relate to each other, which only makes sense, right? So I'm going to keep that there on the board. So I just move things over and get a little sip. Hold on a second. No one is to know what I'm feeling. You could do that with yourself. You don't got to reach out to people if you're not ready for that. If you don't want to. No judgment here. Thanks for sharing your gifts. Best birthday gift ever. Happy birthday. Shamanic healing. I've been hearing the derivatives of the word shaman the last week. You should follow that. That's the thing, guys. With Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces, it's like there's so many signs everywhere for people. Like there's like universe is talking to us really loud. Spirit's talking to us really loud. It should be really easy to kind of pick up on the bigger signs right now. So just try to watch out for that stuff every day. Not like looking for it, but just be open to it every day. Mm. Oh, Egypt. Hi. Hello, Egypt. Talk about really being really far away. All right. So moving on to another spread. Kind of feeling dreams of Gaia. Also feeling energy oracle. Let's do energy oracle. Might do dreams of Gaia after. Fellow 1024 birthday here. You love your energy. Thank you. It's really cool when I meet other people who like share the same birthday. It's kind of crazy how common that is though. This was eons ago. Like eons ago, I was taking a stats class, and that was like one of the like exercises. I remember as like a class, we had to figure out how to like figure that out of what's the probability you would share another birthday with somebody, and it's 1 out of 30. It's actually very probable, but it's still very cool when it happens. Stats, yeah, stats was not my favorite. I love math, but stats was like, oh. It's like it's very valuable. It's very valuable. But yeah, not my favorite. Not my favorite. Egypt is a place I definitely have to visit. Me too. That's also on my list. One day. One day. Any messages or insights for Aries? Any messages or insights for Aries? We'll see if the community card comes out. I'm feeling community, like groups, families, packs, networks, like feeling that vibe. Any messages or insights for Aries at this time? Woman holding a coin. I say it's a pretty good card to start with. Woman holding a coin is focused on her finances, focused on her physical world, her material world, also very abundant and confident and secure. Rest and rejuvenation in reverse. So there's a break that needs to be taken. Someone needs a break. This is screaming somebody needs a vacay, or somebody needs to take some alone time. Somebody needs to remove themselves from a situation here to kind of focus on them. Most definitely. Most definitely. Any other messages or insights for Aries? I almost want to say, especially with the one holding a coin, it almost feels a little bit like being too caught up in the physical world. Like there's not enough connection to like one's own feelings, oneself. Like just taking care of duties and responsibilities. Like it really feels that way. Any messages or insights for Aries at this time? Yeah, temple path in reverse. Well, the temple path is in reverse. It's a feeling like we're not doing the right thing, or we're not doing right by ourselves. We're not doing right by our highest self. It speaks of being on the wrong path. I never believe you're on the wrong path. I believe there are harder paths than others, but you're always on the path. You're always on the path. You're always on the journey. If you take a turn, you take a turn. And whatever consequences there are for that, those are the consequences, but it's still your path. You know what I mean? And I definitely believe that certain paths will lead to the same thing, even if they look very different. So this is just saying that you might be taking a harder road that you don't need to be taking, or you might be taking a road that is not aligned to your truth, not aligned to your higher self, and maybe not even aligned to your own wants. And that's what I was getting. It's like there's a disconnect from your own feelings. There's a disconnect of what you want. There's a disconnection of you, and so much more focusing on what has to be done, what needs to be paid attention to. Oh, Diane, thank you. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. Yeah. So someone needs a break. Someone needs a break, and someone needs to kind of focus on themselves and reflect a little bit here on the path that they are on at the moment. And again, this is not going to be for everybody, so please take the messages as they resonate. Use your discernment on what's for you and what is not for you. Any other messages or insights for Aries? A man holding a heart in reverse and goddess of the moon in reverse. So here we have another individual, masculine energy. It doesn't have to be man and woman. You know, you guys know how the gender thing works. If you're new to tarot or new to readings, gender is a fluid concept. We all have masculine, feminine energy, so don't get too attached to the gender of the cards themselves. The man holding a heart in reverse with goddess of the moon in reverse. There's definitely a person here that you're dealing with that throws you off, your balance. Okay. Yeah, they throw off your balance. They disconnect you from you, and it has you focusing on the external. When we're talking about pentacles, we are talking about the external world, right? When we're talking about cups, we're talking about our feelings. When we're talking about wands, we're talking about action and movement and passion. When we're talking about swords, we're talking about communication and thoughts, right? When we're talking about pentacles, we're talking about the physical plane. So this person has you not focusing on you and focusing on everything else. That goddess of the moon card, that really indicates like a lack of being connected to your intuition, a lack of being connected to your higher self. And it's because of this individual. It's like they blind you. Overall, we have envy in reverse with anxiety. Oh, this isn't looking pretty. With the root chakra card in reverse associated with Archangel Michael. So these are feelings of not being safe, not feeling okay, feeling really worried, feeling like things are not going to get better, not really knowing how to handle it or what to do. It's a very, very stressed out vibration. It also is saying that you're not very grounded or connected to the self, which is kind of what I was already talking about. So it seems really clear to me what needs to be done here, right? If this person throws you off of your energy, then take some time. Take some much needed time to yourself, no matter what form that's in. But you need some separation just so that you can take care of you. Okay. And whatever comes of your connection to this person, it's interesting because I almost get this feeling like there's a group of you where this person is not even really talking a lot to you. Like you might even be already technically separated, but you can't stop thinking about them. You need to get away from that and start focusing on you. At the end of the day, focus on you. Don't focus on anybody else. Um, Especially if they throw you out of your energy like this. Because look at that. That is like, no one wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. Um, I don't even want to look at this person. I was tempted to for a minute, and it was like, no, because y'all need to focus on you. So we're not going to look at them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on with them. But let's go ahead and pull advice. Deck do I want to use for advice? I feel torn here. Let's do Wisdom Oracle. I haven't done that one in a bit. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm so glad I caught your live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Because, yeah, and I'm not saying you need to make a final decision about whoever this is in your life, especially if it is a romantic interest. For a lot of you, it probably is a romantic interest. All you need to really prioritize is yourself. And the rest the clarity will come after that. But someone needs to look out for you, even if it's you. Okay? Any advice for Aries regarding this spread? Any advice for Aries regarding this spread? Any advice for Aries regarding this spread? Is something chirping? Oh, there's a lot of birds where I live. There's a lot of birds right outside my window, like at all times. So yeah, if there's chirping, yeah, it's them. Can I hear them? They're there. They're always there. I have 0 fire on my chart. Cancer, Sun, Aqua, Moon. Yay, I made a live. Yes, you did. Okay, any advice for Aries? Let's see. No place like home, and why in reverse. When the no place like home card comes out, it's about that feeling of security. It's about that feeling of being able to feel held and okay and safe and comforted and not stressed out like shit, right? This person does not make you feel like home. Okay. This person clearly doesn't make you feel like home. They take you out of that vibration of home, which seems really, really clear to me. And then with why in reverse, I feel like that's coming out to be like, you don't need to be asking the why. You don't need to be asking what's up with this person. You don't need to be thinking about why something isn't working a certain way, right? Because the fact that you're so thrown off, hold on. Like, no matter what answer you come up with, you're not in a balanced state right now. You're not taking care of yourself right now. So, whatever answer you come up with to focusing so much on them or focusing so much on your external world, excuse me, it's not going to have, what's the word I'm looking for? How do I say this? It's probably not going to be rooted in truth. It's probably going to have some flavor of fear attached to it or some flavor of ego attached to it. So you have to get balanced before you can figure out the why, right? You got to get to that feeling of home. You got to get to that feeling of safety and security first within yourself, because this person just keeps throwing you off. Okay. Am I going to read these? No, I think that's pretty clear. All right. So for the third spread, I'm probably just going to be doing an oracle deck. My Aries daughter is really struggling right now. I don't know how to help. I think just being there for her, trying to hold space for her and letting her talk things out, that's the thing. It's like sometimes we all kind of struggle, and sometimes the only way to really get through it is to find our way out on our own. But when we know that people are there to support us emotionally, that like that we can talk about things and we're not going to be judged for it, but we just know, like, okay, no matter what happens, no matter how bad this gets, I have someone who loves me. I have someone who's looking out for me. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do for anybody when they're struggling, you know, and try to help them just get to their own truth of it, you know. Um, Moving on to oracle cards. Let's go. Yeah, let's do Lemuria. So this one's probably going to get very higher dimensional when I use this deck. Any messages or insights for Aries? Any messages or insights for Aries? Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Back over. Wow. Look at that. Home and new blueprints. That home theme again. Like I said, when I do these readings, a lot of times they connect to each other. And I feel like this third reading is actually connecting them together. When you have home coming out, it is about self-love. It is about acceptance. It is about being able to sit in your body, sit in your heart space, and be really open and receptive and feel that sense of trust and safety to be able to do that, right? It's feeling at home with yourself, accepting of yourself. And then with new blueprints coming out, new blueprints talks about like opening yourself up to new gifts, new missions, so to speak, or maybe even a purpose or a job or a career or talents that you have been ignoring or didn't even realize were there. But you can only find that by finding yourself, right? You can only find that by coming home to yourself, your true self, your authentic self. So you can actually do something with it. Remember the first spread. Hold on. Remember the first spread. We have the dragon, the bear, and zebra. The dragon is the solar. It is where your life force sits. It's your chi. It's your center. Dragon speaks of being able to see through the veils. Sorry. Guess I live in a noisy place. Speaks of being able to see through the veils, see past the ego, see truth in everything, right? And zebra is being out and expressive, authentically who you are, no matter how weird or eccentric you may be. While bear is the transition of that, of coming into the energy from a stagnant, kind of a quiet place. And now we kind of see that transpiring here with these cards, and especially that self-love energy with home, I feel like is really correlating with the second spread we did. Hold on. Of shifting gears, of focusing on someone else, focusing on the external, and focusing on you. Focusing on getting balanced with yourself, getting connected with yourself. I feel like it's really tying those two energies together, those two readings together. But anyway, so this is getting in touch with you, getting in touch with all of what you're capable of, all of what you can offer, and all of what you can do. Okay. Any other messages or insights for Aries? This is also very collective right now, just so you know. So for anybody in here who's like not an Aries, this is very collective right now. Yeah. Wow. So now we have healing with the sacral, with the higher heart chakra. So healing, as you can imagine, that goes with the self-love territory, that goes with the self-acceptance territory, and also healing any fear that's been keeping you stuck at a crossroads, and any fear that's been keeping you attached to the external and attached to somebody who really is not healthy for you. Okay. And in doing so, in finding yourself, coming home to yourself, your sacral is lit up. Your higher heart is lit up. It's getting in touch with your emotions. It's getting in touch with your passions. Exactly one of the first things I said to you before I even started these readings. Getting more in touch with those parts of you and letting yourself go. Like letting yourself, like, what's the word? Like, like what's the word? Letting yourself get in touch with those things and running with it. right? Running with it, going after it, living life, creating things, building things, like getting really excited to do all of that. That's your higher heart and your sacral being lit up after going through some of this healing. Any other messages or insights for Aries? On the bottom, beautiful. We have beyond the mind. Beyond the mind. Getting out of your head, getting out of your ego, getting more connected to your higher truth, your higher self, your true self, and living your truth. But it's being able to see past the superficial, past the ego, past the games, past what's right in front of your face, and being able to see the bigger scale of things. Okay. Okay. All right, Aries. So those were 3 spreads for your birthday. I hope you guys really liked them. Let's see. Pretty decks. I am no Aries, but I just came to say hi. Hello. Hi. Let's see. Aries is somewhere in my chart because it always resonates 100% each time, but I am Cappy, Sun Pisces, Moon and Taurus rising. You might be an Aries moon rising in Vedic. Sometimes I also follow my Vedic chart when I look at readings or look at astrology. Never a bad idea to do that, but that could even be why, Christy. Let's see. Thank you. Hi, March 21st, Aries. Hello. But yeah, so thank you guys for coming out. And again, happy birthday. And I really appreciate those of you who sent me the super chats. It was really nice of you. It was really fun to do this live. I haven't been live like this in this capacity in a long time. I do think there was a point where I was doing live readings. I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. It really does help my videos circulate. And since I changed my content a lot, like the algorithm really does not like me and does not circulate my videos as much. So yeah, I would really appreciate it. How to get a reading. I do pre-recorded personals through my website, and which is linked below. All the information is down below for all that stuff. But yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you. And I'm going to go. So have a good night and take care. And thank you again. And good luck out there. See ya.